CD Projekt Red is taking a little bit of heat from the GWENT community after some changes that they have made to specific cards. Now, if you did not know, CD Projekt Red has a digital collectible card game that is based off of the GWENT Witcher card game that is in the Witcher franchise entries, and it is actually a game that I have played a lot of, and it is a game that I had played a lot on initial release, and I really enjoy the game itself. I really love the mechanics and some of the aspects of the game that they have implemented that a lot of other card games really have not in the digital forefront. And I, of course, am an avid lover of trading card games and collectible card games, and I do have a history with playing the Pokemon trading card game, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering. I stream Magic the Gathering Arena multiple times a week here on the channel, and GWENT all around is a very good game. I really do like it, and I have always really praised the way that GWENT's card artworks look, because they have picked some very amazing artists that know how to make high fantasy art, and it always looks very painted, it looks very intricate, it never looks very bland. And the artists that they have hired for this game are fantastic, and they do fantastic work. But up until now, I have never really witnessed card changes in GWENT. As you can tell on the left side, it is the original art. It features 3 other women, sort of undead women, lying in this tub of blood, and on the right side is the censored version of it. Now, you can tell it was a poor censorship job, since on the right side, which is the changed side, one of their legs is still there. You would think that if they're going to remove the women, why is one of her legs there? You should have done a better censor job. Also, you can tell some small details were also changed, because on the right side, the goblet is actually missing too, but the botch is real because you can still see the shadow of where the goblet was, where the blood was dripping, and you can still see the shadow in the outline of where one of the women's arms was. This is such an awful change job. If it looked better, maybe people would be a little bit less upset with it. I do not like any changes in my artworks. I do not like having 2 different versions of a card art in a card game, and I would feel a little bit better with seeing this card if it wasn't done so poorly and so distastefully. Now, this obviously is not a fact, but one thing that I've been considering, which could be a possibility for these changes, is that they want this game to be part of the competitive market. They want this game to be an esport, and they have said this since the very beginning, even before the game launched and it was in beta. They did say that we hope one day that this game could become large enough and have enough interest in it that this game could be part of a competitive esports scene. And a game with a lower age rating to it will probably do better in an esports scene and a competitive scene. And right now, GWENT does have a T13 rating through the ESRB, but the lower the rating and the lower that bar is, the more players that can actually participate in the game. So this could be more of a decision based on business rather than on censorship or wanting these changes to come to the game. Since they obviously have other cards in this game that are very revealing and very suggestive, CD Projekt Red has never really been afraid of having revealing characters before and having suggestive artworks before. I'm not saying that this game should be rated for children, I'm not saying that this game is appropriate for younger teenagers, or that they could even make this fully appropriate with heavy censorship and watching what is actually added to card artworks, but when you are in something like the esports scene, an interest from a younger audience is very good for sales, especially for a game like GWENT, which is free, so I did think of that automatically when I saw this censorship. You also have to look at GWENT's competition as well. Magic the Gathering Arena is a direct competitor for this game in the digital card game market, and that is free as well. Hearthstone is another very large competitor of theirs, and all of those games are rated T for teen, just like Gwent. But with art that is overly suggestive and a game that could be bumped up by the ESRB's rating to something like an M for mature rating, another question that was raised is if they are willing to censor Gwent, which is just a card art, what could the future hold for Cyberpunk 2077? I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 is a game that will feature full nudity from what we've been told, which is even more revealing than one specific card. I mean, all this card really showed was a few nearly naked women, and one of them had one of their breasts out, which the hair was covering anything that would be showing. I mean, his ass is out, so who really knows what could be in store for the future of Gwent, but also the future of the next CD Projekt Red games. Of course, Cyberpunk is going to be a rated M for mature game, but what if they decide to hold back on the game? I personally doubt it. I think that they are going all in with Cyberpunk, and I am not personally super worried about the censorship of it, but it could be something to keep in the back of your mind. But I do want to give CD Projekt Red the benefit of the doubt, because if they at least explained why it was changed, maybe because of the age rating reason like I had said, I would be a little bit better off with it happening. Of course, I would still be very disappointed that something in this game that I do like is getting changed, but to me, a reason is a lot better than it being up to speculation, and I would really appreciate them just saying, you know, we did it for this reason, or we did it for that reason, we're sorry if this disappoints anyone. I, as a consumer, would feel a little bit better about it happening. But those are just my thoughts. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, and of course if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either which way. Make sure to subscribe if you are not already subscribed, but I do hope that you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys again in the next video really soon.